supreme. I honor you, I'm alive. Victory, victory, victory. I'm alive. Myself Hail, hail, the I Self, Supreme, Primal Light. Hail, hail to the One, True Light. Hail, hail to the transparent light. Hail, hail to the light throughout the ages. Hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail, hail to the I, Self, Supreme, Primal Light. The one and only true light. The one and only true self. All is myself. I am one with all. All is the I, Self Supreme, Primal Light. In all these myriads of forms. Primal Light, myself supreme. Primal Light, I am that I am, myself supreme. I am that has no name. I am that I am. I am that can't be explained. Myself supreme. I am that I am. Say I was never born, so I can never die. I am that I am. I am formless, timeless, limitless, boundless. I am that I am, myself supreme. I have no karma. I have no sin. I am deathless, sinless, karmaless. I am that I am. Hail, hail to all the I and I selves, wearing bodies and do not know the I self, wearing this ego false self, the mind avatar. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this ego. I am not this ego false self. Who am I? It is time to take off all the disguise and all the layers of illusion that you are encloaked in, and get down only to the self. Remove all of these things that you have gathered onto yourself and announcing that it is you. How will you find the self? You must remove all these cloaks, these costumes and masks placed on the self and unveil the I self. So today is question: why stillness and why self-inquiry? And I want to share with I why it is so important. It is so vital. It is the most important thing I can do for the I self, to unveil the I self, to remove all the cloaks and the layers of the I self, is to ask the question, not of any of the dream characters who are sleeping and do not know the real, who is only listening to their imagination, but to ask the real self that's in the dream, the soul. Only the soul knows. Ask the soul, who am I? Because you think the soul is something that you give away willy-nilly and imprison it and enslave it, put it in bondage, when it is your real self. You are in the ego false self. So you do not know that the soul is your real self that you are giving away willy-nilly, putting into slavery and bondage and in tyrannical rulership under gods and deities and angels, archangels, devils and demons and satans and ancestors. It's time for the soul to be liberated, to be free. It's time for you to know I self. Merge into the I self and give up this ego false self. You're looking at your real self and you don't identify yourself. Why? Why don't you identify yourself as the soul? Because you are in the ego false self and you do not know truth. Your mind is deceiving you. Stop listening to the things your mind is saying to you. It is time to know truth. So right now, if you don't self-inquire, you will never know from the soul. If you ask any of the duality, if you seek your truth from inside of this dream existence, you're only gonna come up an illusion and false information that is not the real. Everything inside of here is an illusion and it's a dream. So I am going to read from the book Soul Seed, because you are a seed from the soul, a baby from the soul, planted in this dream. Yeah? You become the ego false self because the mind is obscuring you. So, self-inquiry and self-realization. The first thing you want to do, you want to make a vow to yourself that you are going to seek the truth from yourself, the soul, and not from any of the dream characters that you have been associating with. I am taking these steps to my true self. I take this step to self-realization. Self-realization means exactly that. It's pretty transparent. I must self-realize. No one is to tell me or convince me of anything. I must self-realize, come into this true self-realization. I vow to myself on this day to self-inquire and to self-realization for 22 to 30 days. Vow of silence and stillness. Why? Because you want to still this mind that is always chattering and is encasing you in magnetic energy and is entrancing you in the dream and showing you visions and imagery. You don't want any of those things. It's an illusion. You want the mind to be still so that the soul can return into the body, and so that the I self, the teacher within, can rise up from the soul self. The soul must be in the body for this to happen. The teacher rises up to pull this ego off of the I self that is sleeping and dreaming. This is how the I become enlightened and become illuminated and awake from the dream. There's no other way to do this. This is the one and only true way. Yes, this is why so many ones are still not awakened, because they are following the mind and following some doctrines and teachings when all you need is to still the mind and inquire within yourself to call the soul. The soul must be in this body with you. It cannot be imprisoned, be enslaved to any deities and any gods. So this will never happen for you if you are serving a god or a deity, ancestors, or whatever doctrine you follow. I seek myself truth from within. I seek my supreme teacher from within. I seek my supreme wisdom from within. I seek my supreme intelligence from within. I renounce everything that I previously self-identify as myself. I renounce everything that was previously programmed into me until this moment. I free myself from all dogmas, beliefs, superstitions, gods, and all deities. I seek only my truth from within. I call on my true self, my self supreme self within. I call on my supreme wisdom within. I call on my supreme intelligence within. I call on my supreme truth within. I call on my supreme teacher within. I vow to myself to complete this stillness and self-inquiry to come into true self-realization. 22 to 30 days, vow of silence and stillness. You make this vow to yourself to seek your truth only from within you. If I am telling you something that is wrong, I am saying seeking your truth from within yourself and nothing from outside of you. I am not telling you to seek your truth asking me to ask any God, any deities. I don't even say ask yourself supreme self, the primalite self. You have to first get to your soul self to know that your soul is yourself. So this is the first aspect of you knowing truth. You cannot bypass your soul and go anywhere else. The first place to go, excuse me, is your soul. Because your soul is the primal light, self-fragmented, shattered, self-fractal. The soul is the primal light. So if this is how you're going to get connected to the self-supreme primal light, through your soul self, because the soul is the fragmented, fractal primal light self. You can't bypass your soul, go into the mind and say that you know you are these ancestors, you are all these dream characters. Stop identifying with these dream characters and identify with your soul. Soul is your primal, is the primal light self. Shattered, fragmented, fractal self. Stillness and self-inquiry. We must now shift our focus from this mind, this ego false self, and into the real, the self. We must engage the mind in stillness and self-inquiry to return to our balanced, non-dual self, to our ultimate true state. In stillness and self-inquiry, you are stilling the mind so you can listen to your real, your self-intelligence. Many ones in the world right now, many young people, many ones are suffering immensely with mind sickness. It's time for us to join hands so we can bring these techniques of stillness and self-inquiry to many as possible. Because if we are sharing stillness and self-inquiry, the mind is telling you no, don't inquire within yourself. The mind is afraid. You should be thinking, why would the mind, my mind is telling me not to self-inquire in myself. Why not to still this mind? If you look around into this world and you are wise, you can see that there is something wrong with this mind. Look what the people are doing, right? They are doing all of these things. Look at all the things the gods them tell you to do. In secret, they tell you to do all of these strange rituals. Why? Because their mind is sick also. They have the sickest of all minds. All of these strange rituals that you don't want nobody to know that you are secretly doing. Why are you doing these rituals? Why are the gods telling you to do these rituals, all these deities? They are sleeping and dreaming, and they do not know the real, and they do not know the truth. And they have been advising you wrongly. So why can't you seek your truth from within yourself? Why are you afraid to do that? So you can see there's something seriously wrong with that premise, that you should seek outside of yourself and be afraid to question the gods, to question yourself. Why are you afraid? The mind, the ego, does not want to lose its power. But the time has come, and the I Self Supreme Primal Light has taken command of this dream, this mind, and all the gods and deities, angels, archangels, aliens, demons, devils. They no longer are in command of this dream world. The I Self Supreme Primal Light is moving this world into balance, slowly but surely. So there is no better time for you to start self-inquiring and stop seeking into this dream. Stop seeking into gods. Stop seeking into something outside of your soul. Seek only your soul. It is your real self. Stop the ignorance. Stop being afraid. Why are you afraid? Face your fears. When I post something and you don't like it, then you unfriend me. No, challenge me. Challenge your mind to say, why am I saying that? Why is your mind saying not to listen to what she's saying is not the truth? Challenge me. Talk to me. Why are you afraid to talk to me? Don't be afraid to talk to me. Challenge me with what I say. You're afraid to lose your illusions of all your gods and your deities and all the illusion that you're holding on to. They're not real. There's nothing into this world that is real except yourself. The self that you are in is an ego false self, so it's not real either. Only the soul is real. So it's time for you to ask the soul. The soul has been the watcher. The soul has written down everything that you, the ego false self, has done in ignorance. Ask the soul knows the truth. You are the self-intelligence, and the mind is the thought, memory, and imagination aspect, the magnet of yourself. You are the self and not the mind, the ego. The ego is the dream creation and rise only because the consciousness sleeps and its mind gets tainted and corrupted. The mind intelligence dwell into the head, and the self-intelligence called the soul dwells into the void and is housed in the self-art in the center of the eye chest. The self-intelligence that is to guide and instruct the mind into being balanced and to dwell in harmony is being obscured by the mind. It's hiding behind the mind sleeping. You have to self-inquire to wake up this baby self, the soul seed, the seed of the soul. You have to inquire. Only self-inquiry can wake up this baby self. And only self-inquiry can arise the teacher within the soul to pull this ego off of the self, the baby, and merge back this baby self with as one unified self with the soul. You have to self-inquire to wake up your baby self, to wake up you, the baby self, the ego false self, sleeping behind the mind. It's time to call your sleeping baby self, you, to awake, to bring balance to this mind. So, you answer the question. Why should I practice stillness? Why should I self-inquire? Why should you do that? I awake to my truths. I awake to my truths. I awake I awake to my truths. I awake to my truths. In the fire and passion for truth and liberation burns inside of me. I'm going to say that again. May the fire and passion for truth and liberation burns inside of me. I awake to my truth. I awake to the realization that I am in a dream of my own creation. I awake to the realization that I am in a dream of my own creation. I am into my mind, in my imagination. I am triumphant. I am protected, and nothing can harm me. I dissolve all fears. I am triumphant. I am protected. I am triumphant. I am protected, and nothing can harm me. I dissolve all fears. I am stabilized in myself, the unmanifest. I am stabilized into the I Self Supreme, Primal Light, the unmanifest. All that I need to know is within. All that I need to know is within. I am in command of the commandment. Command. I am in command of the commandment. Command. And as I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. I awake to my truth. I awake to my truth. The world is because I am. The world is because I am. I am always and forever omnipresent. I am always and forever omnipresent. My true nature is unmanifest. My true nature is unmanifest. I am eternal. I am all. I am eternal. I am all. I desire to know my true self. I desire to know my true self. I abide into the I self, supreme primal light. I abide into the I self. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am void, unmanifest self. I am void, unmanifest self. I am that has no name. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am that can't be explained. I am that I am. I am that I am. Hail, hail to all the I and I who are in body. Stillness and self-inquiry is the only way, the only path to truth, to true self-liberation. For the I and I self within the soul, the teacher within to rise up with the destiny to pull this ego off of the I self, so the I self can be liberated from sleeping, from this dream entrapment, from being encased into the magnetic energy and in encasing the illusion. Remove the veil from the I and I eyes so that the eye can see things as they actually are. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. Auset. Auset. Awesome. 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 Much honor. I bow to I and I in self, in light, and in truth. I am Primal light, prepare for this dream duality existence in this shattered, fragmented, fractal self, wearing this body, this form, as Auset, Aten raw. I am the liberator, and I advocate for all selves. All selves are free. All souls are free. Liberation from this dream existence. Everything that I have created, I demolish. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. I return to my ultimate true state. I transition from being to non-being. I transition from being to non-being. I move effortlessly with ease from manifest to unmanifest. I move effortlessly with ease from manifest to unmanifest. I am one with all. I am one with all. All is myself, and I am one with all. All is the I, Self, Supreme, Primal Light, and all of the I, Self, shattered, fragmented. All of the I, Self, must return back into the I, Self, Supreme, Primal Light. I, Self, Supreme, Primal Light, exist alone. I, Self, Supreme, Primal Light, alone exist. There's only one true self. There's only one true light. I, Self, Supreme, Primal Light. Much honor. See you at the next sunrise.